देख बिना break.
Download Tak app.
Sindhu, thank you very much for speaking to me. Thank you on inspiration. From the title of the show.
Yes.
You know, I've actually seen you evolve as an athlete. But something happens. This is Olympic year 2020. Something happens to you at the world stage, Olympics, World Championship. I mean, maybe your stars, if it is, great. I don't know what alignment was there when you were born, I'll ask Ramna. But something happens. Tell me, I mean, is there extra motivation? What do you do to yourself that you are able to perform and punch above your weight at the big stage?
I must say it's really good that I perform at the big tournaments, and at the same time, I don't know, it's like I just play fantastic. And at the World Championships this year, it's been like fantastic. That whole week was I think for me it was like I actually won the World Championships, and in the finals everybody thought it would be like a marathon match where it was just finished off in a couple of minutes.
37 minutes
yeah,
and done.
and it was like 21-7 and 21-7, and I was like, Sindhu, I finally did it. So actually in the big tournaments I really don't know what will happen, but yeah, it's good for everybody, and for me also I feel really happy about it.
So is it preparation, or is it you are able to soak in pressure better? Or is it, I mean, I'll give you another one, and this is that every single day when you all play, is it your extra physical ability that you are supremely fit, that comes to the fore?
I think I can take the pressure. I feel that is the important thing, because you know, in every tournament, before every tournament we train, and mentally and physically we do our training sessions, we work out on court, off court, everything happens. But I think in bigger tournaments there is of course a lot more pressure, and I think I can manage that pressure by myself.
So what do you do? I mean, how do you prepare? Because we put enormous pressure on you, Sindhu, favorites, India, medal, all of that is there. We do the build up, so we are responsible. Having said that, what do you do?
I don't actually think about what people think. It's more of like I just go onto the court by myself and I just give my best and focus on that particular point and that particular set or whatever it is. It is not even the match that I want to win when I'm on court. It's just that, okay, I have to take the next point. That only goes in my mind. Because, you know, if you think, oh, okay, I have to win this match and I have to prepare for the next match, that would add an extra pressure. And if you think about people and the responsibilities that they have on you, that, you know, wherever I go for a tournament, whenever I go for a tournament, people expect a medal from me, which is not possible all the time. I understand, you know, they show a lot of love, a lot of support towards me, but maybe I can't give them my 100% at times. But I just think for myself that, you know, okay, Sindhu, it's just for you, yourself. You have to just go onto the court and give your best. And if you win, it's good for you, it's good for people, and everybody will be happy at the end of the day.
Unfortunately, in India, we don't have champions. I mean, we have a handful, very few, which is why maybe this pressure that after the World Championship, 2019 did not maybe go according to your expectations, because you've done very well, maybe some lean tournament. But isn't that part of the course? Isn't that, or is it that, you know, the media, fans, etc. react too soon? I mean, are you worried?
I'm not worried, because it happens. You know, sometimes you might play brilliantly, sometimes you might not just give your best, but it doesn't matter. It's very important that you be positive at the end of the day and you just come back much more stronger. And that is important for me, that, you know, I have to be happy, I have to not be worried. If I'm worried, yes, maybe there is something wrong in me and I have to keep changing things, but I know what mistakes that I've done in my game and I have to come back and rectify them and not do that mistakes again next time. After the World Championships, yes, people were really happy and everybody was celebrating, oh, you know, Sindhu finally won the World Championships. But, you know, after a couple of tournaments, they were like, oh, what's happening? You know, a lot of criticism has been coming out. But I think I don't have to worry. People keep saying a lot of things, but I don't want to take everything in my mind. It's just that, okay, what I want to take, I will take that. And at the end of the day, I have to give an answer with my racket.
Is it also because, you know, after you win a world title, that the opponents or others who are also playing, equally good players, they start taking you a little bit, you know, with sort of extra care, that
yes,
here's the world champion, the extra incentive, I've beaten the world champion. Is that the case?
Yeah, because everybody, after the World Championships especially, everybody will mark that, okay, you know, Sindhu is playing this type of game, and they analyze my game. So accordingly, it is not the same type of game every time we play. Like for example, we had 6 tournaments after the World Championships, and I kept playing with one or the other player, and you know, it might not be the same because they might not give me to attack, or they might not give to my strong points where I actually take points from them. So it's more of like, okay, we have to play this to Sindhu where she can't give us that opportunity, and we have to just attack and just finish it off. We have not given her a chance, second chance. After the World Championships especially, a lot of people are like, okay, you know, she is the toughest opponent. Okay, what we have to do, there should be some strategy.
You know, if I take you now a little back to Rio, and I'll come to Tokyo. I remember both you and Gopi telling me that you all had practiced special shots, that backhand block against Michelle Lee. And it came of use in the Olympics. We saw that partnership. And it was a very special 8 months from December of 15 to August of 16. And we are now in January of 20. What are the thoughts for Tokyo? I mean, because 4 years have gone in a jiffy.
I know.
You were that day having ice cream with me at the Olympic Village, and here we are talking about Tokyo 2020.
I think that was a dream, you know, Rio 2016, which I've never expected, and it's already been
4 years.
4 years, and now 2020 again.
And you're defending your title.
Yeah, we all are getting set for the Olympics again. Olympic qualifications have started. Yes, there are a lot of things to be changed, and you know, we need to practice them, and we need to strategize accordingly, because you know, everybody from I think 1 to 15 ranked players are of same standards. It's just that on that day, who plays well and give their best is a winner, is what I feel.
At what levels are the preparation? Give me a sneak peek, because you know, whether it's the media or the fan, sees you go out and perform. That's it. And whether you win or lose, the story ends. But give me a sense of the backstage. What is training like? What is Team Sindhu like? What does Ramna do? What does your mother do? What time do you get up? How much of physical training? What time do you go to the academy? Give me a total sense. This is inspiration. You are one.
Well, like right now, there's no much time. Like maybe it just goes off.
Correct.
And to 2020 Jan, we have a couple of tournaments starting off, so it's very important to keep ourselves fit mentally and physically. So my training session starts at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we do 7 to 8:30, and then we have a bit of break, and then we start from 9:15 until 11. So that's on-court sessions. And then
this is every day?
Yeah,
almost
every day. Yeah, almost every day, yes.
Wow.
And Sundays, yeah, I have an off. Again, I go back home, I have lunch, and I take rest for a while, and I do my training in Suchitra Academy. So that's like 1 hour away from my house. So I leave at 2:30 so that I go there, reach by 3:30, and 3:45 I start my session. So by the time I finish, it's like 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and then I leave from there. I finish my physiotherapy, and I do my stretching exercises, relax and everything, and I leave from that academy around 6:30, 6:45, and I come home by 7:45, 8. And then I freshen up and have my dinner and then go to bed.
So basically,
my day is like fully packed. Apart from that, you know, here and there, sometimes I go for some shoots, or I just have some interviews or something like that. So it's like a packed schedule. People ask me that, Sindhu, let's go here, let's go there, but I actually don't have time. I'm like, I just sit down sometimes and I think that, okay, Sindhu, I actually don't have time. It's just busy the whole time in badminton. Apart from that, tournaments, and I keep traveling almost 15 days in a month.
It's a tough life when you think that, you know, she's on billboards and on multiple hoardings and doing advertisements, and she's the darling of 1 billion people. There's a lot of, goodness gracious me, hard work behind that. So what is me time for you? How do you relax? You need to unwind also, right?
Yes. Sometimes we do have Wednesday evenings off, but if I'm traveling or you know, going for shoots or something, then I compensate those dates where Wednesday evenings I train. If I go out on Tuesdays, even Wednesdays I train. I don't take an off. And sometimes when I'm at home, it's more of like I want to relax myself. I go for a massage or I go for a spa, and I spend time with my family.
Again, I've said this in the past. She comes from a family that has been hailed for sport, national champion, multiple national champion, father, mother, international athletes both. Is that a stress buster as well? Because there is real support at home?
Yes, like especially when you're low or when you lose matches and come back and think about it a lot, it's more of like they keep telling me that it's okay, never mind, there's always next time, and I think that keeps me motivated and that keeps me going. So I think I'm really very lucky to have parents like them, and also at the same time when I play and do some mistakes and my dad and mom says, okay, you know, okay, you are doing this mistake, I think you have to correct it. So in one way, on court may be different, but when you come back home and relax, you might actually take them and actually think about it, okay, you know, this mistake is what you're doing and you need to change it. That really helps me.
Except you,
Yeah.
there is no automatic qualification. I mean, after the Rio success and the way Shrikant played 17, we thought Indian badminton was actually seeing a revolution. Saina winning a medal in the 2017 where you won silver. Sai won, you know, even last year in 2019, he made the semi-finals, World Championship bronze.
Yeah.
But if you think of the Olympics, maybe Sai, you, and maybe the doubles team of Satvik and Chirag.
Yes.
What's going wrong? Why is it that Indian badminton hasn't been able to sustain the high that we were seeing in 2019? What are your thoughts as a player?
I think my thoughts, everybody is working hard. It's not easy for anyone. And if you see the standards, if you see the game wise, it has changed a lot. And the competition is so high that anytime anybody can come up. And especially talking about India, I think 5-6 players are in the top 25.
So you think we are still there?
We are still there. There is time, yes. It can change any moment. You never know. I think Sai is doing really well, and after Sai, there are a lot of players. There's Shrikant, there's Samir, there's Pranoy, there's Kashyap, there's Saurabh,
Yeah.
and anybody can come.
But you know, the point is, after say 4 Super Series wins in 17, where one thought, okay, this is Shrikant's year, so that leap will happen, did not. Except you, where is, I mean, you have consistently, as I said at the start of this show, World Championship or Olympics. We are not seeing that success. Yes, the top 20. Is that a concern?
Yes, I want to see a lot of players coming and winning tournaments and getting medals for our country. And it is sad that they're not winning medals or they're not performing. But performance in the sense, it's not like they come to a tournament and lose in the first round or second round. They are working hard, but I should say that the competition is so high and everybody is reading everyone's game. It's not that we are not working hard or we are not training ourselves to win and we just come and play. No, it's nothing like that. We want to win for ourselves. Everybody wants to win for themselves. It's not that, okay, you know, I just came, I played on Super Series tournaments and they don't have to feel great about it. Even our boys are working hard, our girls are working hard, even the doubles, mixed doubles, everybody is working hard. But at the end of the day, there also needs to be a bit of luck.
Is the system proper? Because there have been complaints from former players about the system. That is the system proper? Do you think I mean at the moment, what in terms of facilities, in terms of coaching structure, is the system proper?
Talking about me, I think me training on-court sessions in Gopi Chand Academy and off-court sessions, my training sessions in Suchitra, for me, myself, for individuality, I should say it's fine. Because I don't have anything that, okay, you know, they are not doing justice for me or, you know, they are doing this or the politics are coming in between. For me, it's nothing like that, but I don't know about others.
You know, you and Gopi, you all were this inseparable duo. I'm sure you all are still, that sort of coach-student.
Yes.
And then there was so much talk when Kim was here,
yeah.
And now Park. Can you give me a sense, and once and for all for my viewers, is everything the same between you and Gopi?
Yes, it's fine.
It is?
There's nothing wrong.
Because I've asked him this question also and he said the same.
Yes, there's nothing wrong. At the end of the day, we have to play, and as a coach, as a player, I must give my 100%. Obviously, he's giving his 100%. At the end of the day, we have to get a medal for the country. That's very, very important.
Because ultimately in 2020, and I'm saying this on record, that when you step out in Tokyo, yes, you will defend your own title, but ultimately it's India.
Yes.
Whether it's you, whether it's Gopi, whether it's your parents, whether it's us, all of us need to form one team,
yes.
And that is for the tricolor. You said after Rio, you want to change the color.
Yeah.
How important is Tokyo?
It's very important for me, yes. It is very important. I'm just not saying
for the sake of it.
For the sake of it, but for me, I think I want to prove myself.
You've proved.
I've proven, but I want to prove more. I want to win more.
God's sake, you won how many world championship medals by now?
5.
You won an Olympic medal. You have proven. I mean, don't put extra pressure.
No,
but
no.
tell me more. I mean, I love this. I love this hunger. Tell me what Tokyo means. Do you dream about Tokyo?
Yes, I dream about Tokyo, and I think Rio for me, it's done. Okay, Rio, you have a medal, it's over. Now that can't be carried and say that, okay, Sindhu is a silver medalist, everybody will say that, but it's been already 4 years now. Something needs to be new, where now, okay, the world champion, but 2020 Olympics, and I want to see myself as #1, and hopefully everything will go well, and I have that confidence that I can do well, because it's not going to be easy again.
Yeah, Olympic gold medal can't be easy, 1 in a billion.
Yeah, Olympics is not easy. Like from the first round, everybody is going to be in that hunger where everyone wants a medal, and everybody is at their top form right now.
Gopi was telling me that the courts in Tokyo will suit you. Is that the case? Can you give me a sense? He was saying because of her physical ability and the nature of the courts, it will suit Sindhu's game. Is that the case? And how important is this? Because I mean, and now I'm asking as an amateur, how important is this nature of the court, fast, slow, drift, etc.?
I think it's very important because the climate would be almost the same. It's a bit hot.
Yeah, it'll be very hot.
Yeah. And also the courts are a bit slow in Japan.
You've had success in Japan before.
I play semis, yes. I also, like last year I lost in the quarterfinals after the Indonesia.
Previously you have done well in Japan. I mean, you've had good experience. So in that sense, will the courts suit you?
Yes, and also when you talk about the courts and the climatic conditions, sometimes there might be a lot of drift, sometimes the shuttles might be fast, which will actually affect, like from one side you win and from another side you lose easily, and in the third set you play and you are leading like 11-5 and you go that side and you lose. So it really matters a lot.
What exactly is the role of the coach or your team at the back? When you play a game, no one's teaching you how to play, because you know it, I mean you're the best. So what exactly is that team which is sitting behind you, the 2 people, or when there's a 11 break, or at the end of the first game? Can you give me a sense as to what exactly is their role in terms of strategizing or what goes on?
This support and motivation is very important for a player. I think as a coach, generally like every coach, they don't say that you're not playing well, or they don't demotivate you. It's more of like you are playing well, this is what you need to do. That is very important for a player. If you just demotivate the player and the player like what to do next, and the player becomes blank. When the player is blank, that is when you need to give that support and give that motivation that okay, you are playing well, you can do much better, just focus on the next point and you will get it. And in between the rallies, they say you're playing this, be ready for another stroke. So I think the coach's role is very important, where when the player can't think or when the player is under pressure, that is when coach role actually comes out, where the coach needs to be very much focused that okay, where the opponent is playing and where the player should be ready.
Women's badminton in recent times, if I see, has become so competitive, whether it's Tai, whether it's you, whether it's Yamaguchi, whether it's Okuhara, whether it's whoever, Carolina. Any particular player you think Olympics, I mean when you think of the Olympics, when you think of the big stage, and I'm constantly referring to the Olympics because India thinks Olympics to Olympics. I mean, do you actually think, I mean, the field is so competitive now. Any thoughts on any individual player? Will you have strategies for each of them?
Yeah, every player has a different style of play, so it's not the same strategy with every player. And I don't say that they're unbeatable, but everybody is beatable. But yes, again, every player is tough. No one is easy. So it's just that you, for example, play with Okuhara, you will have a different mindset. You will have different strategy against her. And when you play with Tai, it's a different type of game.
Okay, I will take a break in a bit, but give me a sense of your diet. I mean, one thing has changed is she looks stunning, she looks fitter, she looks leaner, and she looks poised. So this is what has changed since Rio. Tell me, I mean, what's diet like? Any indulgence? No.
Well, I avoid a lot of oily food, junk food, but I once in a while is fine. I think for myself, I need to treat like once in a while. It's
a cheat
okay.
meal. So what's a cheat meal?
As you know, It's more of like Hyderabadi biryani or Italian
eat?
food. Yeah, once in a while, yes.
How stupid I am. I should have had Hyderabadi biryani on Inspiration today. We would have both had it. Anyway, but how rare
But
is that?
otherwise, yes, I'm very conscious that I shouldn't become fat, or I want to look fitter, because that's very important, where I say physically I need to be fit. When it comes on court or off court, my training sessions are regular, and I have a trainer from Suchitra Academy where it's been almost 2.5, 3 years that I've been training under him, and he's really good, yes.
See, one thing everybody has told me about you is that win, lose, at a high or a low, you will not miss training. I mean, something that everybody, your father, Gopi, anyone I have met has told me, Sindhu will come and train. I mean, that's the great thing about you that people tell me. So that is taken care of. But that's what I want to understand, that, you know, to constantly keep, it's like a robotic life.
Yeah.
So I mean, how tough is it mentally? Because you're 24, for God's sake. I mean, at 24, we were going out, we were dating, we were enjoying, we were partying, we were seeing films. Yes, you're doing a service for the country, but give me a sense, you know, open up.
Yeah,
Tell me
yeah.
I mean, how do you do it day after day, year after year?
See, winning and losing is a part of life, so it keeps happening. You can't change anything about it, but it's very important that if you have a goal in your life, aim in your life, then you would just think, okay, fine, I've lost, it's fine, it's okay, I have to go back to training, I have a lot more to change in myself. It's not that I don't feel it's a burden or it's very hectic that I don't want to train. Maybe one day you might feel, oh, I lost, you know, why am I losing? You might just think, but the other day is like, it's a routine for you. You just get up. If you don't go for practice, in fact, if you don't go for practice, I feel I'm just bored at home. Like now, badminton has become like, okay, I go to badminton, I play badminton, I enjoy, and I come back and I rest. That is how it is.
Yeah, you've now become a fashion icon also. I mean, I see you on billboards and I'm like, wow. Tell me this life, I have no idea. I mean, I know the sporting life, but you you the diva, you the fashion icon, you the statement and stylist. Tell me that life.
I really like it. I really enjoy it. Apart from badminton.
I'm glad.
Yes.
At least something is there.
Apart from badminton, something different, right? So it's more of like, I enjoy it. I just be myself, and I really like to dress up.
You've always had.
Yeah. It's so I kind of enjoy it.
And these shoots, are they I mean, intimidating at all, or?
No, actually I see myself on the billboard and I'm like, okay, Sindhu, that's nice.
That's good,
I see in the advertisements, I see myself, and it's like, before I used to feel shy, like, you know, what people would react when it was my first ad or second ad. But now I'm like cool, okay. I just look at it, I'm like, okay, it's nice. Okay, people can actually look.
Of course, you're a pro, I'm telling you. I mean, each of us are conscious in front of the camera. You've become free. Tell me about the story. I mean, people who want to see you and get inspired. When did you start? How tough was that story? I mean, we only talk Rio and we talk the World Championship. We don't talk the journey. Give me the journey.
Well, as you know, I started at the age of 8.5, and my first coach was Mehboob Ali. I used to play near the railway grounds where my dad used to play. My dad was a volleyball player, and besides there was a badminton coach, so that's how I started off. It was for fun, but then initially I was like, okay, I want to continue playing, and when I was 10, I shifted 10.5, I shifted to Gopi Sindhu Academy, and since then till now I've been training, yes, under Gopi sir. And it's more of like year by year, step by step I've been improving, and there were a lot of sacrifices, yes, there were ups and downs, yes, but I think I'm very thankful to my parents that they always believed in me, and they supported me no matter what. And I think because of them and because of Gopi sir as well, he believed in me and he trusted me that, okay, you know, Sindhu can do it, and
that he still does.
Yeah.
And I can vouch for that. But talk to me about Gopi as coach. Because you've now trained with many. Can you analyze Gopi as coach for me? I mean, I know it's difficult, but still, just whatever you can say.
On court, he's strict. Yes, I think that should be as a coach. But off court, he's like very casual, very friendly. Yeah.
No, as in his game reading, like because the two of you are a great team. So tell me that.
His analyzation is really good, and It's more of like we play cup matches at times and he really plays good. Like he
Still
really,
does?
yes.
Wow.
He still does. You have to ask him this question when you meet him next time. But he is getting fitter, yes.
Now the toughest one. I've asked him this, so it's not you the first. I asked him when 2017, see, you and Gopi, you all had become this sort of power team of Indian
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
Rio subsequently. And I said when 2017, when Saina came back to train with him, I said, how difficult was it? And he said, look, it was difficult, but I have to be grateful to Sindhu, she took it in spirit. Was it tough for you?
No,
It wasn't?
it was not tough. I'm okay. She's just another human being. She comes. I know there is a lot of competition between us. There's a lot of rivalry between us. But at the end of the day, she does her own things and I do my own things. And I think Gopi sir also doesn't, maybe he might have felt tough in the beginning. But later, I think he also took it in a very sportive way where he have to train, both of them. But both of us has different style of game. It's a different type of game. It is a different thinking, and the way he talks to her is different because her thinking might be different and my thinking is comparatively very, very different. So I think it is not really tough for him that.
Okay, I will add what he said because so he tells me, I said, so you mean to say, so he said, you know what, after that, when these two play, believe me, I just don't go. I said, what do you mean?
Yeah, he doesn't come.
He said, one time, I don't remember whether he was politically correct or not, I don't know. He said, one of you played a great shot.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, I just smiled. And later, I was told that I was supporting one of my students. I did not. So I've stopped going and seeing these two play because, trust me, I just don't. So, and I said, Gopi, that is why you're losing weight. You, between these two students who are both
You
superstars.
just get it.
And he was, so actually, so this rivalry, it adds spice to Indian sport. How important, tell me about this rivalry. Come on, Sindhu, don't be politically correct.
I know that rivalry is always there, and when we actually play match, like in the Commonwealth Games, we've played and he didn't come for any of our matches.
Yeah.
Like he was just standing there, and I think he's really very happy that, you know, both Indians are playing in the finals and
Hardly
as
ever
a
happen.
coach, and he's really very happy sitting there. So for him, it's a very happy movement where we both are playing, both the Indians are playing, but at the end of the day, I think he's happy if anybody wins.
And for you, how important is this rivalry? Has this spurred you on?
See, it's been going for years and years now.
But
So
it's good, no?
It's good, yeah. The rivalry should be there. I think between the players, the rivalry, the competition should be there. I think Indian badminton has been doing really well, and the rivalry, if it isn't there by now, I think it would have been different. But since this rivalry is there, we know, okay, you know, there are more girls coming, and there are 2 Indian girls who are doing really well for the country.
Sindhu, if I now you have not only become a badminton player, but you're also a symbol of women's empowerment. Whatever you say is construed by people and followed by people. Do you perceive that as, I mean, how do you look at this responsibility? What happened in Hyderabad some days back? Like horrible stuff, people getting raped, and I mean, we as a society feel, you know, we want to cringe. So given such a situation, you as a person, when you take a stand, can you tell me about you as an empowered individual? There are hardly any. As you in terms of responsibility.
Firstly, before it was comparatively very different when you talk about women, where women shouldn't come out and women can't go and work, but it has completely changed. I think that has completely changed in this century. Like now, women are doing really well in any aspect, whether if it's sports, if it's business, or if it is anything, if it's politics, anything, women are doing really well. I just want to say to the women out there, I think we are strong enough, we can do anything.
The other point I wanted to ask was, Sania was on this show and I absolutely appreciate it. She spoke at length about body shaming.
Yeah.
She said, in fact, she said, you know, I put out a photograph when I was pregnant and I was trolled. And trolls are cowards. And thereafter when she was coming back, that whole Instagram post of her coming back became viral. Can you talk to me about that?
See, you are nobody to comment about someone's body. If you are happy, if you are fine with your body, fine, do whatever you want. I'm nobody to comment. I think Sania has been doing
Great work.
this Instagram post where she was, yes, pregnant, and then she had a baby, and then she was actually reducing a lot of weight.
She's lost 26 kilos?
I know, I have met her recently, and I've told her like couple of times, like, Sanya, you have reduced a lot of weight. Like, you are amazing, man. It's not so easy.
Correct,
for anybody,
correct.
for any mother, it's not easy.
Do you get bothered by social media and trolls?
No. They keep commenting, they keep trolling, and a lot of things might happen, but it's just that I just see, look, listen, and just let it go. I think that's very important. If you keep thinking about it, that would add, you will actually think about it, and that would make you even worse.
Now, Sindhu, I mean, yes, you have won a lot. I mean, I don't see many Indians becoming world champion even in the future. How did you deal with failure? For a long time, the finals jinx. For most of the people, failure is part of life. But for you, I mean, who's a champion, how did you deal with failure?
Last year I had a lot of losses in the finals especially, and people kept asking me like, what's happening, final phobia, or it's been like coming out in the headlines, Sindhu is having a final phobia. It's been like 7 finals and I lost all of them. So I used to feel bad, I used to keep thinking, but I only thought to myself that it's okay. Coming to finals is not easy.
Absolutely.
Playing at that standard, okay, you might lose in the first round, second round, okay, fine, nobody would even bother, but coming to finals is not an easy thing. You came to finals, you played, you worked hard, you gave your 100%. At the end of the day, one should win and one should lose. So you have come to the finals and you've proved yourself. You don't have to prove for anyone else. You proved yourself. So it's like, fine, one day I will definitely give an answer with my racket, and I've actually given the answer with my racket.
But how tough was it mentally? I mean, did you ever at any point feel really depressed about it? And because it must have been tough. I mean, you're not a robot, you're a young girl, I mean, you're a young person, and each of us have challenges, and that's what I want to understand.
Like, especially in the World Championships last year, I came to the finals and I thought I have to, of
you mean
course,
the 2018 championships?
18. And I lost to Carolina. So before that, I generally, whenever I play any tournament, like any tournament in the finals, I never think about the before tournament where, okay, Sindhu, I've lost and I have to play well now, I should not lose. I never thought that. Every time it was a fresh start and it was a fresh final for me. But especially after the World Championships where I was leading and I lost the match, I was very upset with myself that, I had 2 bronze, 2 silver. I should have won. I got an opportunity. I should have won. But I think my parents told me that, my sister told me that, it's okay. You've played really well. You've come to the finals. It's not so easy to come to the finals, especially after the playing in 2017, like a marathon match against Okuhara. And you again prove yourself. I know you've lost, but that's another thing altogether. You've done your best. You've given your best. If you play 100%, that's important. Rather, winning and losing is secondary. That's what they told me, and I took it in a very positive way. And I thought, fine, it's okay. I will come back much more stronger.
And you're a very active social media person. I mean, I see you tweeting and Instagramming, and so does that count as a distraction of sorts, or because you are not on, you don't use the phone much? I mean,
yes, I am on Instagram and Twitter. Yes, I keep.
Is that a way to connect with fans?
Yes, exactly. Yes, because a lot of fans, I'm very thankful to them that a lot of people show me their love and support. But to interact with them, to thank them, I have to actually say a few things to my fans where they've been waiting for me and they've been rooting for me in every tournament, every single match, and they've been supporting me whenever I lost, whenever I was in my bad terms, or whenever I was down.
What's the dream? 2020, is it Tokyo? Is it that's going to drive you? Is it the All England? What powers PV Sindhu on a daily basis?
Ultimate aim would be Tokyo 2020. I want to give my best in every tournament because it is very important for me.
Is it possible? Is it possible for a player, given the routine that you all go through now, some 15 tournaments you have to compulsorily, is it possible to give your best every tournament?
So that is what I want to say, that you have to know what tournament to play and which tournament to play. I know if you're not 100%, if you're injured, it's not very important that you go for a tournament being injured and just play and come off. For me, it's just that, okay, if you're fit, if you're 100%, go to a tournament, play your best and come. If you're not fit, if you're injured, better to stay and work out and get fit and then go for a tournament.
When you go to Tokyo, unlike in Rio, when you went to Rio, the focus wasn't on you. The
Yeah.
focus was partly on Saina, partly on some of the others. But when you go to Tokyo, you know
Yeah.
that this country will say, you know what will happen. How about that? I mean, how do you look at that? I
think-
asked you this question.
Yeah.
Have you changed?
Again, no, but yes, the responsibilities, the pressure will be there, and people would expect, okay, Sindhu should play well, but I would take it in a very positive way that people keep supporting me and people want that medal from me. I would just go onto the court thinking that it's just you have to be just focused. I don't want to think about people, what they think and what they want from me. But again, if I win, it's for me and it's also for the people.
If I break down from January to July,
Yeah.
can you tell me, I mean, because there is this thing about peaking, that athletes peak for a particular tournament. You motivate yourself in a manner that you're physically at your best. Can you give me a sense as to how your preparation will shape like?
We have our tournaments like we have Malaysia, Indonesia, and then we have this PBL coming up, and then we have All England, and we have like 5 to 6 tournaments after that. So it's important that you play well. And again, we have our Olympic qualifications finishing in March or April, and after that May, June and July we start our Olympics. So I think we will be in our peak. We will start our heavy training sessions and give our 100% from May, and then June, and then I think from July we will cut it off, because it's very important to peak then, because when you're having a tournament you just can't give your 100% and do heavy training sessions where you have to peak yourself and give your best, and you need to be light on your feet, and that is very important.
Last few minutes I need to have fun with PV Sindhu. I mean, after Rio, Gopi tells me that you and Wang Yihan spent that night, the night you won the medal. She doesn't speak English, you don't speak Chinese.
Yeah.
And you all were playing hide and seek in the Olympic village. Tell me what was happening.
After Olympics, yes, that day in the night I went for dinner and she came with me. Yeah, she lost with me in the quarterfinals.
Correct.
But more of like that friendship, maybe on court that rivalry is there, but I'm very close to her. She's a really good friend of me, and
What language do you talk in?
she understands a bit of English. Maybe she
Okay.
can't talk English, but she can express, and I can understand
You
what
can.
she wants to. And there is this translator in your phones where you can actually translate and show it.
Nice.
So yeah, so apart from that, yes, she spent that night, like we stayed together, like, and then later she had to leave, and then I had to leave, and then she's like, okay, bye. And after that, obviously she retired, and
You all still in touch?
yeah, we are still in touch. And we also met recently, and I also met Wang Shikshan also recently. So even though we had good matches, that rivalry was there, I think after that, off court, we are really good friends. And Wang Yihan, yes, as Gopi sir said, that day we were actually spending time, we were just walking and talking, and we had lots of fun.
Yeah, because Gopi said I come out at 5:30 in the morning and there is Wang Yihan literally shirking away as if these two kids were playing hide and seek all night. But she's 24 at that time, she was 21 for God's sake. I mean, for us, she's PV Sindhu Olympic champion, but she's a 21-year-old and now a 24-year-old. Do you think we put too much burden on you? We as a people?
No,
Don't be politically correct.
not politically, but it's been there. What can I say? Oh, you put a lot of responsibility, I have a lot of pressure, I just don't know what to do. No, it's nothing like that. Okay, fine, you put whatever I want, I will do. And I have a dream for myself, and I want to prove myself. As you said, yes, I've proved myself, but still I have an aim. And it's not that people are asking me for it and I want to do for them. No, I want to do it for myself. So I don't take it as pressure.
The last critical question that I need to ask is media. I mean, oftentimes I see reports, oh, PV Sindhu not training in Gopi's academy, going somewhere else. PV Sindhu, oh, you know, the attitude of Indian badminton players weren't the great, etc., and multiple platforms. Do you get impacted?
No, I don't get impacted. See, I know what I am doing, my coach know what I am doing, the academy knows what I am doing. I am not responsible for anyone else. I am just responsible for few people where I am and what am I doing and where am I training. So yes, I am training in Gopi Chand Academy, and yes, I am doing my training sessions in Suchitra. It's not that I am secretly going and doing my training sessions. No, I have told Gopi sir that I am training in Suchitra Academy. I am going for my training. My trainer is in Suchitra Academy, and yes, I do there. So it's not that people think wrong, but it's just between like me and my coach where I'm doing, what am I doing, and he knows. It's not that I don't tell him and I just go secretly, no. There's nothing to hide.
There is nothing to hide. With Sindhu, everything is black and white. You know, that's something that I've seen over the years. Emotions are out in the open, talk is out in the open, it's all transparent. Final one. Final one. I mean, with you, time just flies past. For 45 minutes we were talking, we can keep going on for another 45. We've got to do another round of inspiration post to August 2020. You know that, right?
Yes.
and again, you've got to talk to me first. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, no, this is not something that she has to, because she will have 222 cameras facing her when she wins that medal. But suppose you have, suppose Tokyo does justice to you and us, because you are a representative of India. Will it be fulfillment? That color changing? Will that be the legacy coming the full circle for PV Sindhu? For once, let your imagination flow. Have that dream.
Yes, I think I've achieved. That was the dream which I wanted, and I've been like aiming for it. Like
So 10 days of non-stop Hyderabadi biryani?
a lot more things, not just 10 days. Might be one day biryani, maybe one day Italian food, ice creams, this, that, yeah. But then I think other day we'll automatically come back to practice, and I'm like, okay, fine, the Olympics is over again and I have to just get back to practice.
Lovely. This is fantastic. I mean, a champion athlete should be exactly like this. I mean, yes, the Olympics is over, you won your medal, but come back to practice and enjoy. PV Sindhu, more strength to you, more power to you.
Thank
India
you
is
so
proud
much.
of you. As I said, you are an inspiration. You will
Thank
forever remain one. You know what? With her, one thing is absolutely certain. You will get what you see. And you see what you actually get. You get 100% commitment, 100% passion. Most importantly, she will go out there on court and do what she has been taught to do for the last 15 years. Give her best, absolute best for India. And we have seen what she is capable of at the big stage. 5 world medals and 1 Olympic medal already in her kitty. God willing, it will be 2. God willing, the color will be different. And 1 billion people will wish that happens.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's interesting, she's wearing golden, she's wearing yellow, so who knows, fingers crossed on inspiration. That's what I will wish for PV Sindhu in 2020. Thanks for this.
Thank you.